May 6th through to May 12th, and each week I like to use my deck, the Mythic Tarot, to draw some cards for each day of the week to bring some guidance and some wisdom through the cards. I also channel the psychic messages as well, so it's not always the traditional meaning of the cards, but they come through as well. I also like to draw an influence for the beginning of the week and a soul purpose card for the end of the week, because they are the indicators of what we are experiencing and what's actually creating the force that this energy is running through. So let's begin. Okay, so let's choose a card as the influence of the week. This is the card that all of the other cards are being influenced by. So there's some sort of theme of the week that's happening in our day to day. So look, one card for influence. Let's see what we have. Oh, we have another swords card. That happened last week too. A lot of we're doing a lot of mental or mind clearing, obviously, in these weeks, and there's been influence card has been consistently swords, not all the time, but consistently. This card, the Nine of Swords, indicates it really is a mental clear out. We are sorting out those things that are creating anxiety in our lives and recognizing where those things are detrimental to our state of health, our mind, body and spirit. The Nine of Swords cards represents the anxiety that we can create with our own stories without actually understanding the origin of perhaps our feelings or circumstances around us. In other words, we start to create a narrative that may not actually indicate what's going on. So all of the cards will be filtered through this energy, and I'll explain as we go along how that influence is actually affecting each day. Anyway, I'm going to put that one back in the deck. Monday, May the 6th, let's choose a card. So here we have King of Swords. So King of Swords represents anything, paperwork, legal, greater institutions, and it is in the greater world. So when we look at the influence of the Nine of Swords, just remember that if there's anything that's playing on your mind or that you've got to get finished or get started, Monday's a good day to actually begin the process of that. If you have something that's in play, like a court case, something to do with the bank, something to do with anything legal, contracts and so forth, then Monday will either highlight where you are feeling anxious about it, or will it clear the anxiety. If you are feeling anxious about it and this highlights on Monday, it would be probably, I'm not going to give some advice here, but from Vicki, look it up. Find some find someone who knows what they're talking about, or get some advice, or get some sort of clarity, because your mind is ruminating on something that perhaps is not real or not correct. I'm going to put that one back in the deck. Tuesday, May 7th, let's choose a card. Other Swords, very much a Swords week. Okay, Tuesday represents, the Page of Swords for Tuesday represents uncertainty, but also too, the page represents the uncertainty, but you look at the nature of the card, clearing the air. Again, filtered through the Nine of Swords, the Page of Swords is going to allow you to clear the air. And I think, again, the messaging here is that it's going to settle some of those fears down or anxieties down that we are ruminating over. You will get a feeling that it's becoming clear. The page does not say, oh, complete clarity, or everything's going to be absolutely clear right now. But the process of clearing is in play. So Monday's card of sorting things out to do with institutions or anything to do with admin, however we practice that, the energy is available to feel settled, that something is in play that's going to make sense down the track. The Page of Swords is clearing the air. And it also helps us understand that, or start to I feel a much more of a comfort in myself, is that those things that we're ruminating around start to settle down. Not completely go away, but they start to settle down. The page brings some sort of comfort that there is a process in play that is going to resolve those things. So that one's back in the deck. Wednesday, May the 8th. Let's choose a card. Oh, here we have, it's a Swords week, guys. Here we have the Eight of Swords. Oh, so Eight of Swords is like crunch time. Eight of Swords, I always call my pet name for it is the Mind Your Own Business card. So what's happening here is that we are being pulled in two different directions, and the Eight of Swords indicates that the directions that we are being pulled in are not relevant to our current circumstances. So however we have been affected by the anxiety that sits in our mind, the ruminations, the narrative that's in our mind is being broken down and broken through. We get to make a choice that we are no longer going to be affected by this pushing and pulling in other directions. We are being asked to stand and say, you know what do I need to do for me? I can't do for everybody else. I can't think for everybody else right now. So a lot of what's going on with the Nine of Swords energy, this on Wednesday we're going to understand that it's a lot of, we are sort of putting our energy to, it's not external sources. It's not that they are asking us to do this. It's just something that we have probably always done, or it's catching our attention and is draining our energy because it has nothing to do with us. It becomes clear on Wednesday, today, that it no longer matters. And you get to make a decision. Do you want to keep that in your mind and your energy field, or do you want to recognize it and let it go? It's you'll understand that it's in your best interest to let that go, but don't give yourself a hard time if it's going to take a little bit to detangle yourself from that situation. Take it easy. Everything's working for you. Anyway, that one's back on the deck. Thursday, May 9th. Let's choose a card. Here we have Nine of Wands. Finally, we get a breakthrough. So Wands indicates, first of all, movement. So we're not up here, we're down in the here, the doing part of the week. Finally, clarity, but not, we have the breakthrough, but still a bit of a, not flow. We're still sort of in one place. However, we have now clarity about what it is that is most important. The Nine of Wands indicates that our world and our universe is saying to us, hey, Vicki, this is most important to do first. Because I might have had 5 things on the table and I keep thinking I have to do number 5, and my soul, the universe, is telling me, actually this one's more important. Even if I don't think so, it will be highlighted. And once we get that one out done, then the next one will get highlighted and the next one will get highlighted. So sitting in the solar plexus area allows you to connect with what is necessary in order to clear the backlog, and that's what's happening here. Whatever's been going on up here is finally starting to shift and move. And so once we get those things on the go and start moving them and prioritizing in the way that's best for us and our greater good, then we will move into those calmer waters and to the other side. So we're on our way, guys. Anyway, that one is back on the deck. Friday, May the 10th. Let's choose a card. Oh, another sword. That one was in last week, remember? 5 of Swords. Oh, so putting ourselves first, prioritizing our needs, again, is going to highlight a little bit of anger. Now, that anger may come from us, because remember we had the Eight of Swords in there, where we were distracted and we were sort of putting our energy in places that was draining us and really didn't have anything to do with us. We may start to say to ourselves, well, you know what? I'm cranky. Either with yourself, you might start to put yourself down. You might be cranky with the people that, or the situations that took your attention, or you may feel actually dominated yourself because you're putting yourself first. Is that new for you? Is that something that you are finding that you didn't realize that when you do that, you would feel this way, that you're on the lookout or really wanting to lash out or waiting for something to come in and be mad with you because you're not giving that attention there. So Friday, after all that little breakthrough, is going to highlight where we feel oppressed, and that oppression sometimes means rising anger either within us or looking for it outside of ourselves. So just be mindful and be kind to yourself on Friday. This is necessary because these are the things that have been creating a distraction in our mind. It is something that caused all of that Nine of Wands energy, Nine of Swords energy at the beginning of the week. We are being shown or highlighted what it is that distracts us, that takes our energy away from here and now, and that Nine of Wands energy from yesterday is still in play. We have not lost it. It is just highlighting. The Five of Swords is highlighting. Now, because it's a 5-2, it's a pivot point, so it's opportunity for a change or a pivot. What are you going to do moving forward? That one's back on the deck. Saturday, May the 11th. Let's choose a card. Oh, look, nice. We get the the Nine of Cups. Now, Nine of Cups is the wish card. I like to think of it as also the manifestation card if you want. What this means is that all of that, when you start to recognize all of those thought processes that are actually repressing you and oppressing you, and act accordingly in your own highest good for you, and continue forward saying, this is what's best for me. Even if you have to, don't worry about expressing anger from the Five of Swords. All of that must be brought to the surface for conscious contemplation. Now we have an opportunity to sit back and say, you know what? All of that is just going to take care of itself. We have surrendered and we have said, you know what? This is how I want to be. This is how I want to live. I'm making a choice and I'm going to calm all of that energy down. That means, it's not magical thinking, by the way. It just means that once our attention is brought back into here, 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 that means that the things that matter to us and are important to us all flow for us. And it becomes seamless and easy. Who doesn't want that? And it feels like magic things happen, but it's what the universe and what your soul is showing you is what's possible. You can have this all the time. But however, it's not something that you can live in all the time, but appreciating it in the moment certainly is, I think it's a lovely moment. So take advantage of the Nine of Cups on Saturday and enjoy the flow of all of that work and energy that you pull back in yourself for your own greater good. That one's back on the deck. Sunday, May the 12th. Let's choose a card. Oh, this always happens. Look at this, Tower. We always get a twist at the end. Sunday is a Tower. Here's our twist. Again, the Tower shows up on a Sunday. isn't that, it's interesting that for all the things that we do, whenever it's focused on something that we are unblocking and freeing up within ourselves, and we pour our intention towards our good, our greater good, our path, and what's right for us, what the result of that doesn't always have to be as devastating as the tower looks. The result of that means that whatever is not working is washed away out of our control. So while we are appreciating from the Nine of Cups the day before, you know what, I love to live this way. Again, we surrender to that magic. We surrender to the flow of the energy. The universe, our soul, that soul wisdom pops in and says, well, okay, now that you are working for your greater good and in that flow, we're going to come in and just move away for you. And again, it's all part of, for us, the things that don't work. It may look a bit weird and a bit like, oh my God, what have I done sort of moment, but you haven't. What you've done is accepted that your life is your own. Everything flows for you, and you choose where your attention goes. You choose how you want your reality to look. Thoughts make up the reality. This is our outward looking part of us, is how our thoughts are generating, and we see through that. So the tower is going to wash away that which does not work, and we don't have to do a thing. The tower takes care of all of it for us. We can just sit back and enjoy our Nine of Cups. Take care on that day. Make sure that you're in a good place, or if not, go do some things that are fun and lift your spirits. But I'm going to put that one back in the deck. Right, great week. Let's have a look at the soul purpose part of the week now. We're going to look at the overarching theme of our soul, our experiences, and what they mean to our greater picture, our greater good. What does that mean for our higher purpose? And how is it clearing the way for us to express our true soul self with ease and grace? Life as ease and grace. And experience the magic of spirit. So we have this card. Two of Wands. Look at that. Lovely. Guys, I want to quickly update this Two of Wands card. I was reviewing my reading from this morning. It's now like a couple of hours later, and I realised that I got a different message for you, and I really think that this one's more relevant than the first one. The first one was okay, but it didn't actually go to the depth, and I'm going to write a little blog about this as well, so you can look that up. I'll add that to the description as well if you want to have a deeper dive in it. But you know what Two of Wands is telling me? The overarching soul purpose is we are going to take those skills that we've learned this week and we are testing them in the world. We know exactly, we understand, we're connected to spirit, we're connected to our soul. We had all this experience this week, and now it's time to test it. It's time to say, well, I understand the flow. I understand my reaction to it. I have a choice here. I can go this way or this way. We may still want to carry some of that too much rumination in the thoughts and anxiety and creating a story. We may still want to take that, or at least we have an understanding of it. And with the Two of Wands, we then take all of that conscious knowledge into the world and we allow ourselves to test it out. We are ready to test. Because if we don't test it, we'll never trust it. We will never trust the messages that we're getting. We'll never trust the feelings that we get from our soul, from spirit. So that's what the Two of Wands is, what the experience of the Two of Wands this week on a soul level. Okay, I just wanted to add that. I'm going to put that one back in the deck, and thank you so much. So it has been an interesting week. What a roller coaster ride. Again, I like it. It doesn't have to be as huge and it doesn't have to be subtle. It's your experience is what you're needing for the week, and you can tap into the energy of those cards at any time. So that's the weekly forecast for week commencing May the 6th through to May the 12th, 2024. My name's Vicki Haspels. Thank you for joining me. I'm the Conscious Mystic. Much love from me. Mwah. Bye for now.